Hosts.
I'm Maggie Vincent.
I'm Rylie and Ashley.
All right, so we got a good lineup for you guys today. First up is our game, and today we're going to be doing a Would You Rather. I know I'm excited for that. Up next is going to be True Crime, followed by Throwback, and then of course we have to have sports. And then to end it all off, we have our wonderful conspiracy theories.
We also have a little surprise for you guys at the end. A big change is coming.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
So, yeah, well, that's enough from me. Hopefully that didn't bore you too much. Speaking of, our next song is Are You Bored Yet by the Wallows.
We're going into a song first?
PC3 Radio. All right, we're going to start with our little Would You Rather game. You guys ready?
Yep.
All right, here's my first question. Would you rather be a superhero or a villain? I think I might know your answer, Rylie. What is it?
What do you think it is?
I think it's villain.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Someone's got to be the villain.
I mean, fair.
But sometimes they're
But I would
so
win.
cool.
I'd win. I wouldn't be like the villain that loses. I'd win.
Which is like every villain.
No. In
Girl,
all the
what?
stupid movies,
Name one.
something happens and the superhero always ends up winning when it's
Yeah.
like not possible. So stupid, but anyways.
I'd want to be a superhero because I would want to, like, help people.
Honestly, I don't know. Sometimes those villains are like they're funny, so you'd like want to like be them.
Okay, that's true. But, like, I wouldn't want to, like, hurt anybody. Like, I don't know. I'm too nice.
Could be like the one villain from. Oh, you can be Megamind. He's funny.
I would just get even with all the people, as we discussed yesterday, that I'd be the one to get even.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
That's why I knew you were gonna pick
So
villain.
you better hope you didn't wrong me.
All right, Ashley, you're up.
Okay. So, would you rather never use social media again or never watch another movie or TV show?
Never use social media again.
I would never use social media again.
Yeah,
I
that's
love my
same.
movies and TV
Yeah,
No,
shows.
for
same.
real.
I couldn't live without South Park.
I
I'd die.
I couldn't live with I couldn't live without movies or TV. It doesn't even matter what show it is. Social media can go out the window
That
real
means
quick.
bye-bye TikTok.
Oh well, I don't really like TikTok anyways.
Fair.
Okay, so would you guys rather be chronically underdressed or overdressed?
Oh, that's a hard
That is
one.
a really hard
I'm
one.
thinking of like different like situations, and they're all not good.
Yeah, like you're not gonna want to show up to like prom in like jeans and a t-shirt, but you're not gonna want to show up to school wearing like a prom dress or something.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a really hard one, Riley.
I know.
Oh no, that is such a hard one. Oh god.
I'd rather be underdressed.
I was thinking the same
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
I think I would rather be
'Cause-
underdressed.
Yeah, because being overdressed places suck.
Being overdressed, like it's more embarrassing if you were overdressed than you were
Yes.
underdressed.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
I speak a little bit of experience. All right.
Maggie.
This one's kind of funny and it's kind of random, but would you rather be a camel or a penguin?
I'd rather be a penguin because I hate being hot.
Dude, same.
And camels have big humps in their back. I don't really want to hump.
So you'd rather waddle?
Yes.
I'm always
I would
cold,
rather waddle.
so I think just being a penguin would just make more sense because I am already always cold.
Fair.
That is fair.
What would you be, Ashley? Did you say
Penguin.
you'd be penguin?
For sure.
So
yeah.
we'll all be penguins.
Guys, we can all
Best
be
friends
penguins together.
We could be best friends.
Yes, penguin pals.
I love that.
Thank you. I try. Okay, so would you always want to be surrounded by annoying people or be alone for the rest of your life?
I'd rather be alone.
I would rather be alone because you probably guess why I'd rather
People
be
drive
alone.
me insane.
No,
yeah.
dude.
I'd
Yeah.
be alone with my cat.
I'd be alone with my dog, and I'll be perfectly content with that.
Like, I just can't stand annoying people. Yeah.
Especially if it's like annoying things like constantly like tapping like a
Oh
table
my gosh,
Yes.
or
that is
like
insane.
like like clicking your tongue like
Mhm. Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
like that. Like I do that, but I'm sure it's annoying, so I
Yeah.
try not to do
Okay.
it.
So would you rather give up air conditioning and heating for the rest of your life or give up the internet for the rest of your life?
I can't live without internet. So
Okay, well, everyone has lived. There was a time period where everyone lived without both of those things.
but that time's not now.
You were clearly, but I'm saying like it has been done. People have done it
Mm-hmm.
for years.
I do the internet. I'm not living without heating or cooling.
I'd rather live without heating or cooling.
I can't choose. I know it's would you rather. I wouldn't. I don't. Probably I would. I don't know. I don't know. I got
Okay.
no clue.
Well, speaking of that, it is starting to get cold and we're going out of summer. So this is a song that reminds me of summer, and it's Brown Eyed Girl.
All right, guys, welcome back. We're going to be doing another round of Would You Rather. So, would you rather always be hot or always be cold?
Always be cold because I'm
Always be cold.
already always
I
cold.
hate being hot.
Plus, you can always add layers if you're cold, whereas if you're hot, you can only take so much off.
Yes,
Hate
exactly.
being hot.
Same.
Ugh.
I mean, I don't like being cold, but I'd much rather be
So
cold.
gross.
I would rather be cold.
Plus, being sweaty, it's like, ugh.
I'm always
Exactly.
hot though, like
Dude,
so
same.
I'm like rarely cold.
Really?
Yeah, like I have like heat flashes. I feel like I'm not gonna say that actually. But I always have heat flashes.
I know where you were going with that. All right, Rylie, you're up.
Okay. Would you rather buy 10 things you don't need every time you go shopping, or always forget the one thing that you need when you go to the store?
Always forget the one thing you need because I don't have the money to buy 10 things that I
Same.
don't need.
Same.
Yeah,
Because, like, if you need it, then you got to buy it.
yeah. I would
Plus,
also
you could
rather
always,
forget.
like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Would you rather not be able to taste anything or feel anything?
I'd rather like feel anything.
Like, you feel nothing.
I'd rather not be able to taste anything.
Yeah, I'd rather not be able to taste anything.
I think I might agree with that one. I was, like, thinking about it. I was like, man, but, like, you know, like, hugging someone or, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a sad.
That would be
that's
so
just straight up
sad.
That was a sad
That
one.
was
I'm
really
so
sad,
sorry,
Magy.
guys. Let's let's make it happier again, and we're gonna listen to "The Tide" by Now Horn.
See, when you said the tide yesterday, I thought Me and Maggie are back, and today we're going to be talking about true crime. The first one that we have up is the Zodiac Killer. Now, have you ever heard of the Zodiac Killer?
Yes, of course I have.
Okay, so he is one of the most famous unsolved cases.
Yes, never been caught.
Yeah. So it happened in North Carolina in the late 60s,
Mm-hmm.
and he mostly targeted couples.
Yes.
That was like his thing, was to get couples, which is kind of odd.
Creepy.
Yeah. But that's what he wanted
Like, doesn't
to do.
that make you feel like he doesn't have his own love life?
Probably. I mean, I don't think you have that. Never mind. But anyways, so after he would do these killings, he would send these coded messages to the cops,
Yeah.
and it would basically just kind of like taunt them and like basically make fun of them because like, oh, you can't catch me, but I'm right here. Like,
Yeah.
because I heard that he would sit there and like kind of always hang around the crime scene.
Yeah.
That's what I was. That's what I was.
Did he come back a couple times? I feel like there were a couple instances where like they said he came back to the crime after
Yeah.
he left.
Yeah,
The
I
first
think
time.
so. And then basically he was just trying to get into like the cops' heads and stuff.
Yeah.
People think that he may have actually been caught.
Really?
Yes. But nothing is confirmed because they had no solid evidence on whether it was him or not. But like they had originally captured this guy, put him in jail, and then when he was in jail, none of the crimes really happened. But then once he got released because he wasn't like caught or anything like that, the crimes kind of started.
They started back
happening
up.
again. But people also think that they were copycat killers.
Yeah. There have been a lot of cases where they find out that it is a copycat,
Yeah.
but there are some times where they're like, but there are some cases where they're like, we don't know if this is a copycat or if this is actually him. I actually read in like an article a couple years ago that they think that he's now dead.
Yeah, because it happened so long ago, and he actually
yes.
been older.
Right. Because I remember, like, in middle school, they were like, he has, from, like, the profile that they gave, he's like, he has to be around, like, his, like, late 60s. Like,
Yeah.
A while ago. So, either he's, like, almost 100, or he's dead.
And, like, the people that they had caught that they, like, were taken into custody that they thought were him, like, kind of looked like the picture of him, but also kind of didn't. So they weren't, like, really sure.
They never had solid evidence with
No.
him. They were like, yeah, he has, like, what's the word? Like a pattern,
Yeah.
but he never, like, and his signature was, like, the notes and the taunting.
Yeah.
But they never had, like, solid evidence on
And
this guy.
people think that if they were to crack the code, they'd find out his name because on all the letters he starts with "my name is" in, like, normal handwriting,
Uh-huh.
and then puts the code.
Right.
And, like, for years, people have been trying to crack this code. And, like, some people think they possibly could have gotten part of it, but nobody has officially cracked it.
I feel like then it has to be something that the Zodiac Killer, like, came up on his own.
Yeah.
Because someone would have, like, especially with the technology we have now, like, someone should be able to, you know.
I just wonder how he came up with the code.
Yeah.
Or, like, was it really even a code? Was it just a bunch of random things that didn't mean anything, and he just put them on there to mess with people?
That's an interesting thought, actually.
Yeah.
That could very well
Because
be
you would
it.
think that somebody would be able
Someone.
to crack the code.
Exactly.
After all these years, somebody would be able to crack the code.
At least half of it to, like, at least get, like, a first name or a
Yeah.
last name or something.
And, like, all the symbols look really weird. Like, never seen them anywhere. So it's not, like, a well-known, like, coding
Yeah,
system.
it's not like some, like, Latin or Greek or...
He had to have just come up with it all by himself.
Imagine, like, he had it, like, in his basement, like, in files or something. So he came up with, like, the alphabet in his own code.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way he memorized all of that.
I wonder if, like, anybody close to him knew it. Like, knew his
I
code.
wonder.
Or knew that he was doing this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder if any, like, his family members or anything just, like, someone had to have known,
'Cause I
right?
feel like a lot of, like, killers, they have to tell somebody. Like, they can't keep it. Like, a lot of killers want to get caught. They want
Yeah,
people to
exactly.
know
They want,
that it's them.
yeah, they want the credit,
Yeah.
which is scary.
Well, he kind of reminds me of a song by Michael Jackson.
Ooh.
And it is "Smooth Criminal." Jaden, and she actually said that she went and watched South Park yesterday.
Yeah.
As we were talking about, that she literally does not watch anything throwback, and she is the co-host for the throwback
With
show.
with like my parents, I do, but I mean, like, there's some, but I don't know. Like movies, I'm not like into TV shows.
Okay, well, if you don't know this movie, you can honestly just walk right out the door, and I'll continue this myself because it is Clueless.
Oh, I love Clueless.
Okay,
I know
was
that
gonna
movie.
Say, because if you just do not know that,
Yeah, I
that's
know
crazy.
it.
Who's your favorite character?
I like Cher.
Yeah,
Is that-
that's
okay, but then there's the other one, the new girl. I forgot her name.
What is her name? I don't know. I know who you're talking about, but I
Yeah.
don't remember her name. I do think like that's a good movie, but I do think it's kind of odd because she marries her stepbrother.
Yeah, I
So
don't.
like, what is going on?
Yeah,
with that?
it's a little weird, but it's good.
Especially since she like kind of hates him in the beginning, and then they just like
Yeah,
Get
and also
married?
that he's in like college and she's in high school.
yeah, and he's her stepbrother.
Yeah.
That's just that's the main thing here.
The
Yeah.
audience is saying that they did not get married at the end.
I swear they got married, or they walked through some sort of wedding.
No, it wasn't. It was the one wedding. Whose wedding was it?
Okay, well they didn't
It was
get
the
married, but
teacher's wedding.
They walked through a wedding together. What? California, not Kentucky.
What?
What do you even mean by that? Okay, well, I'm not sure what they mean by that. But let's just go into the next song because we all know that you want to be on this show. We're back from Wannabe by the Spice Girls, which is honestly a really good band, even though I've only really listened to that song.
I've listened to another song. I don't know the name. It's like Say You'll Be There or something. My
yeah.
mom listens to it, so.
Okay, so the next movie, I actually don't know if you know this, but It's Dazed and Confused.
I've heard of it, but I've never.
It's basically about like this group like of seniors kind of living out their last day of high school or last day of their junior year going into their senior year. And it's basically just like their lives. And so like you've never seen it?
No,
It has Ben Affleck in it. A very fine looking man.
Who's that?
You don't know who Ben Affleck is?
I'm gonna have to look him up after this.
You've had to have seen him in some movies. There's
Probably.
no way that you have never. It also has Matthew McConaughey in it.
I've heard of him, but I don't remember
And he's
what
like,
he looks
I
like.
like them redheads. No? Never? Nothing?
I don't know that. No,
Oh my god.
I've never seen that movie either. I'll have to watch it. I've heard of
That's
it.
actually a good movie, so you should actually watch
I've
that
heard
one.
of it. Yes, I've heard of it. So
Okay, well, I actually have my senior quote from Dazed and Confused, and it's something that Matthew McConaughey says, and it's, I just gotta keep living, man. Livin. No?
yeah.
Okay, well, anyways, this next song goes out to everyone who's graduating this year, and it's a graduation. I'm a little early, but it's fine. We always add more time.
Yeah.
Okay, so this last movie is a really sad movie, but like it's a really good movie. Like, but you can only watch it once or twice because it's just so sad. So it's Armageddon with Ben Affleck,
I don't know that
the
movie.
amazing Ben Affleck, who is married to J Lo. And you also know that movie?
I've never heard of that
Okay, so
movie.
basically, her dad works on an oil rig.
Mm-hmm.
This girl's dad, and this guy Ben Affleck works for him, but like him and the main guy's daughter are kind of like a thing, and then he's like the best. He's the best driller in the world, not in the world, but like that they can find. And there's a giant asteroid that's coming to Earth that will basically end Earth. So they have to
I've heard
send
of
him
this
up
actually.
there to
Yeah.
drill a hole. And what's actually interesting is that
Don't
so,
spoil it.
oh yeah, I won't spoil it. But Aerosmith actually does the soundtrack for that show. Not that show. That movie. And what's his name? Steven Tyler, that's his last name. One of the singers in the band's daughter is actually the main character in that movie, the main girl in that movie.
I feel like my mom would definitely watch this with me by her.
My mom was the one who showed me it, and now I like always watch it, and it's just so sad. I'm not a fan of sad movies because I hate crying.
Yeah.
Another sad movie was like A Walk to Remember.
Oh yeah.
That one's really sad too, with this girl that like gets cancer but doesn't tell like the bad boys, like the guy that she ends up like dating, and she doesn't tell him. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Ever seen that movie?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Well, at least you've seen that movie. Now this next song is a Paula Abdul song from, I think she is American Idol. She's one of the judges on there, and it is Forever Your Girl.
You didn't go over. It was just.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to PC3 Radio, Sports Edition. And today, we got the Vikings versus the Wolves later at 7 p.m. Central. But first, Sean, I want to talk about this. Yesterday's game, Chiefs and Lions, that was a very close game, but in the end, you were right about that.
And I was the closest person out of the estimating yesterday, too.
That is true, and Lions put up a fight. However, tonight, there's a whole nother new game, the Vikings and the Wolves here coming up. The
game.
Vikings 2-1 going into this game, and so are the Wolves. The Wolves led by Tyler Bush at the quarterback positions with 7 touchdowns and 3 interceptions of the year thus far. You got Justin Clark as well, doing what he does best in rushing the ball.
Yep.
And, you still got also Travis Davis there as well. After last year, he started only in about 9 games, then the leg injury happened, so that kind of derailed him a little bit. We saw Thomas Berta. However, though, this year he has been in every game, and Travis Davis has shown us what he can do best. In the Andrean game, he had 3 rushing touchdowns. I'd say that was definitely his best game of the year thus far. And, going into this game, there was a lot at stake. The Doolin Conference is something else. You got Crown Point at 3-0 right now. You got a 3-way tie for second place, I believe. You got Valparaiso, Maryville, Michigan City, all these guys looking to clinch a spot. And even though we're only 4 weeks in, it already feels like we're so close to determining how the teams are going to do this year. So, Sean, tell me how you think Justin Clark in the offense will do.
I think Justin Clark's going to have 50 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and I'm going to say 3 passing touchdowns today.
I totally agree. I think once he gets the ball going, we don't really see Justin Clark throw the ball, and I feel like that's something we need to see more in today's game. I think with Scotty Bradney, and I think Bradney has done a very good job so far this whole year. He is currently top 10 in the region right now for the most receiving yards. And I think for a team like Valparaiso that was very rush-heavy last year, I think this year they need to rely a lot more on the passing game. I'm going to bring up something real quick. Back at the Penn game, when me and Jaden commentated that game, when Justin Clark threw the ball, it worked out for him. But we saw a lot of hesitations. But since then, it's been a 55-18, destroying Andrean. And then last week was a 49-0, a goose egg by the Slicers in LaPorte. So, obviously, this week, I'm hoping that Valparaiso can clean up the Michigan City Wolves. But the Wolves, at the same time, they have a lot of potential on their team. They got Jaden Hart, the running back, has 215 yards, and he is definitely a force to be reckoned with. So I think this game could go either way, but Valparaiso does have more to it, and they have a better defense.
Yep.
And, I think it's safe to say that, Valparaiso could have this one in the bag as long as they stay calm. They got to keep everything nice, cool, and collected. And if they can do that, they can get a win here in Week 4, which would put them up to 3-1 as of right now. And also, Sean, ready to hear a little fun fact?
What?
They have not Michigan City has not beaten the Vikings since 2014. They're on an 8-game winning streak. That is crazy. So, all right, guys, if you want to support your Valparaiso Vikings, come to the field tonight at 7 p.m., doors opening around 5 or 6 p.m., and you can catch the game live here on PC3 on YouTube with me and the one and only Jaden Woods. And that's going to do us. Coming up next, Orange Show Speedway by Lizzie McAlpine on PC3 Radio.
PC3 Radio. We are back with our favorite segment, Conspiracy Theories.
And thank you to Blythe for sponsoring us, as always.
Yes. Okay, so to start off really quick, a couple days ago when we started the Mandela Effect, Rylie mentioned the Jif peanut butter
Yes.
and how people think it's Jiffy. My mom had a good thought. They have Skippy peanut butter,
True.
and there's Jif peanut butter. My mom thinks that people just like got them like mixed up
yeah.
and say Jiffy when it's just Skippy and Jif. Like I feel like that's kind of like I feel like
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I can definitely see
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people are certain that it was Jiffy. Like, no matter what, that it was Jiffy.
I think people are crazy. But
Yeah.
anyways, Ashley, you said you had a couple.
I do. So you guys know like Fruit of the Loom, like the brand.
Yes.
The what?
Fruit of the Loom.
like they
Oh,
have
the bracelet
t-shirt-
making thing?
No.
No, like
The
They
fruit
have
of-
clothing
t-shirts.
brand.
Say
They
it again.
make, like,
Fruit of the Loom.
I don't know what it is, but keep going.
you definitely seen. It's
You
like
had
the
to see
cheaper
it.
kind of shirts. They make t-shirts, like underwear, like all that stuff.
Anyway, so
I have
people
no
claim
idea.
that there was a cornucopia behind their logo,
Cornucopia?
Yeah.
Okay.
which
You
there
know
is
what that
not.
is?
I know what a cornucopia
Okay,
is.
well,
yes.
you're like,
You look
what?
so
You did. You looked
confused.
really confused. I was like, it's a thing. But anyway, people claim that there was one behind there, but in reality, there isn't.
And they're well, she doesn't even know what the
Yeah,
brand
I
is.
remember-
I
I
remember there being a
I have no
cornucopia
opinion
behind
on
it,
this because I have
personally.
no idea what
I
you're talking
definitely
about.
think it was there.
Yeah.
100%.
I'll have to look it up later after this.
There's also one about Curious George that he had a tail, but now he doesn't have a tail. And there was kind of like some proof on this
He doesn't.
because
Wait.
a long time ago, a mom posted a picture of their kids playing pin the tail on Curious George. So like, why would they have that game invented if he didn't have a tail?
Exactly.
I feel like
I remember him having it too.
I don't remember him having a tail.
Really? I loved Curious George though.
Yeah,
So
me
I
too.
remember him having
You're
it.
not gonna pin a tail on somebody that already has a tail.
Okay,
Pin
well,
the tail on the donkey. The donkey
have
already had
tails.
tails, and they
Yeah.
still play that game. Jennings.
Exactly.
Why would you pin a tail on something random? That'd
Exactly.
be like pin the tail on the pumpkin.
Wow, we just got so aggressive towards Jennings.
We're always aggressive towards Jennings.
Okay, so Rylie, you said we have a little surprise.
We do have a little surprise. So we will no longer be all in one after the show. We will be becoming 60-minute madness. I almost forgot the name. 60-minute madness.
Which I think that really fits
It
us
really
as
does.
a
The
show.
logo
Oh, yeah.
for the sign is really cool.
It's like neon and
It
fancy.
looks so
Purple
sick.
and neon green.
I feel like it fits our show very well.
It really does.
I think it's just better.
So thank you to our marketing class
for helping
over
us
here
with this.
because it looks great. They came up with that name,
Yes.
and I can't say this enough. It fits.
It's
It
so
really
fits so
fits.
well.
It does fit.
It fits very well.
So we also have the Popcorn Fest coming up
Oh,
on
yes, we
Saturday.
do.
I'm so excited. It's gonna be so fun.
Literally, I can't wait to see all like the floats and everything.
Yes.
But we do have to be there. The
Early.
people working have to be there at 7:30, so
Yeah.
that's not going to be fun. But the parade starts at 10, so you guys
Yes.
get some time to sleep in.
So yeah, definitely tune in with PC3 with that Popcorn Fest tomorrow morning. It's going to be really fun. I'm so excited. I
Yeah.
think all three of us will
Yes.
be
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Be there. Yeah. So
I
yeah.
will be interviewing people, so if you find me, maybe you could get an interview.
Yeah, just be like, Rylie, can I get an interview?
Is it like Where's Waldo?
It is.
Where's Waldo?
Where's
Oh my
Waldo?
God.
I
Where's
will wear
Rylie?
a striped
Do
shirt
it.
around
Do
Oh my
it.
gosh, that'd be so
I
funny.
a
love
white
Where's
striped
Waldo.
shirt.
I grew up with those books. Did you guys?
No.
No.
You didn't? Oh my gosh.
So
Go to
we
the
actually will
downstairs.
be having a singer that we will
Yes.
be filming, and he's a local artist.
Yep, it's Nate Venturelli.
And we will actually be ending on one of his songs, his great songs.
Yes, so here is Union Man by Nate Venturelli.
We just had to be stopped talking.